DJ Durong from Hot 702.5 in Las Vegas. It's time to come together. Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation presents the 24th Annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival going down Saturday, June 21st from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center, and it's free to the public. Catch R&B icon Tweed live on stage, plus performances by Kiss Kiss and the Squad, Darnell Alexander, Unk and the Nephews, and Las Vegas's pop princess Ray Millie. Hosted by DJ Ambeezy with Not a Boy DJ and DJ Kelly J on the ones and twos. Stop by and visit the Hot 702.5 FM live remote tent and check in with our on-air personalities. Shop the vendor marketplace, hit up the food trucks, and enjoy surprise guests throughout the night. Presented in partnership with Google, MGM Resorts International, Live You Equals You in the city of Las Vegas. Come together this Juneteenth weekend to celebrate freedom with Tweet and Rainbow Dreams. Get your e-ticket now and be entered to win one of our fabulous prizes. Visit June19LV.com. That's June19LV.com.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars. On Hot 7025fm.com.
I shed so many tears over the years. Lost so many friends that's not here. I faced all of my fears. I swallowed all my tears. Now what's up now? What's up now from here? Oh, up now. Now what's up now? What's up now from here? What's up now? What's up now? What's up now from here? I faced all of my fears. I swallowed all my tears. Now what's up now? What's up now from here?
What it do, Las Vegas? It's your boy, Sir Charles Tatum, back in the building, Hot 702.5 FM, on this great Saturday, man. Welcome to Vegas Up Now, where we are up now, not next, not later, but right now. And so are you, man. You know, we're just happy to be here, happy to share love, happy to just have gratitude of a new day, you know what I mean? So, you know, shouts out, man. You know, gotta pass it over, man, to Big Dog himself, man, the one and only Bonafied. How you doing today on this great Saturday, man?
Man, church, better in your presence.
Listen
you know
to that.
You know that. You said it, gratitude. We woke up today.
That's right.
Another opportunity to get it right and make it better. You know, make it better. You know, so
that's right.
Thankful to be here today, man. Vegas Up Now, man, to share our hot topics.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Good music and some gems we got for him today.
You know,
the latest.
It's always a great thing, you know, when we come together, when we do this thing, when we just pull up, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, you get a chance to do it again, you know what I mean? And that's the gratitude that I have for this situation, knowing that, you know, everything takes time, but, you know, having the gratitude to come in here, giving it all I got, knowing that it's still room for improvement, man. So, you know, I'm really happy to be here today, man.
Man, you know what? And like we did and we beginning to do, we going to hit them right off top.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of people making money out there, man, in this content creation and this YouTube and this social media game, TikTok shop. It's a lot of ways to get it, man.
No, you know? You're absolutely right.
What's your thoughts on the...
I mean, I'm not doing this for fun. You know, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's my passion. I feel compelled to do it, but it costs. So, and it is a business, you know what I mean? Understanding that and broaden our horizons, just not be limited to what we do. You know what I mean? Thinking out the box. So with a content creator, you got to actually have personality. You got to have a good topic. You got to have a good point of view of where people can be interested in what you see and how you see it.
Look at that.
So, you know, that transparency is real when it comes to being a content creator.
I feel you.
You know, keeping the people's attention, you know, not, you know, dragging it along. You know, it just takes a lot. You know, you can only imagine, you know, and we do, but the people like the Casanats, everybody else in this camp, Duke Dennis, you know, you know, man, you know, we can keep going on and on.
University, that was a big deal, man. He spent a lot of bread of his own money, but like you were saying, just capitalizing on that, it's cool. It's fun, having fun with, you know, social media, making money off of it, whether it's wherever platform you're on, you know.
Right.
You know, but for me, like you said, it's better when I'm making money off of doing what I love, because it's a business, man. You know, y'all see us up here, man, and you got hella folks in your DMs that you ain't talked to in a minute. They got their projects, they got their businesses open, and so they should perfectly understand this is a business. You know, we got advertising for you. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah, be a blessing, you know.
And we have other platforms, podcasts, social media platforms to show you. So me, myself, I don't get into the labeling. I've touched and dabbled in a little of it all under, you know, this media game that we blessed to be involved in. But it's business with me first. Even it's family business, family business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, shout out to the ones that's doing it on a high level, man. Again, that's where the last 5, now 6 years, the most millionaires have been created.
Facts.
Through social media.
Yeah, I mean, working a 9 to 5, a lot of people, some people have great career jobs, you know, some people have a nice job, you know what I mean? Some people don't work, you know, they just get up and go get it, they hustle. You got people that's scamming, you got people that's doing this, doing that. And I'm saying all this to say is because it's like, you go for the guarantee, which is the job. You know, you're guaranteed to bring home a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? You bring home something.
Look
because,
at that.
yeah, you got to have something.
That first stream of income.
Yeah. So even when you are starting a business, you may not make no money on return on, you know, because how much you put into it. As far as the streamers, the content creators now, you have to now work, put in the hours when it comes to YouTube. You have to have great topics, things that's going to make your page blow up. You know, a lot of people are really out here making acts. Like the dude, dang, what's his name? Mr. Beast.
Oh my goodness, he's one of the most followed people on social media. When you got it, hey,
man, dude. But the time that he puts into making his content,
right?
You see what I'm saying? So he has the money now to actually do that. You know, I mean, to see someone have like 380 million subscribers on YouTube.
And did you see that he does some of his events out here in locations that we're not even familiar with? It's almost like Area 51 type. Man, where are they at?
Right.
Nah, shout out, man, to the money makers, man. I am not no hater, man. I love to see it, the exposure and us capitalizing off of what we love, doing what we love. But like you said, man, the people that are really making an impact have personality. They have real content, you know, quality content.
Facts.
Treat it as a business, you know, you gotta be consistent, a schedule, you know, sharing, posting, all of it.
I got a good one for you.
Go ahead.
Look where we at right now. So having the platform, having the leeway to actually do this thing, and it's at the end of the day, it's still upon us to make it happen.
Come on,
because we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity. You know, we do this every Saturday, but somehow, some way, we have to. You know what I mean? Me working a 9 to 5, you know, that hinders it in a sense. But I do believe, you know what I mean, in this thing. You know what I mean? So it's just like the snowball effect. You know, finding ways to make the money, finding ways to, you know, the time. Like always thinking. You got to always have a great idea, man.
Because I'm going to interrupt, man. See, I disagree. It's perspective, though. You're saying because on one hand, earlier you said you got to have that first, you know, the first solid stream of income. Right. And then you came back and you were saying, well, you know, like this thing we have, which is bigger than a thing, man.
Right.
And no disrespect to anybody out there doing this. But again, this is not a podcast. This is a show, you know, right. Blessed by Hot 702.5 FM, right. Real radio station, 2.5 verified million. 2.5 million verified followers. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean on our platform.
Right.
How do we tap into those?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just comes full circle. I say that to say that it takes consistent commitment, invest in yourself, whatever it is you're doing, and it takes planning and then back to the consistency. So with the 9 to 5, we know that at this time to this time every day or 3 times a week I have this amount of time to do A, B, and C. But we have to have in front of us what our plans are, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, and follow through consistently on that, whatever it is. That's what the ones that are successful, you see them like, man, sharing, posting, and that's just 1 or 2 platforms we see them on. They're on like 5 or 6 platforms consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there's levels. Some people blow up quicker than others, you know. Man, if you having fun, it ain't work when you love what you do.
Facts.
But again, let's take it to, you took a break for a minute. You was at this for 5+ years.
Facts.
And you took a break.
Right.
Why'd you take a break? You was content creating. You had major platforms, still have. Major platform, exposing artists, dropping gems as well.
Facts. I took a break because I needed to reset, you know, almost like Jordan after he won the first 3. You know what I mean? He stepped back, you know, he's won the championships, you know, he felt like I could retire, but the love of it was still there. So, you know, me coming back was knowing that, hold on, that's not answering the question. I took a break longer than I expected to take a break. Anyways, you know what I mean? Went from 3 months to 6 months type shit, you know what I mean? But it was still knowing that if I'm going to do this, you know what I mean? I'm have to really, really do this. And when it was perfect timing for me and you, I knew that I wasn't alone then, because, you know, you do something and, you know, it's not happening for you the way you want it to happen, you know, 4 or 5 years in, you know, coming out your own pocket, you know, for the platform. You see what I'm saying? Finances was one of the reasons why I took a break, you know what I mean? You know, you get discouraged along the way, but, you know, I've learned and I had to tell myself, you know, don't get weary in your well-doing.
Come on.
You know, because I knew I was doing a great thing, you know, knowing that it's going to pay off, you know, somehow, some way. But, you know, having the ability to still dream. No matter where I'm at, you know, you start your thing, you get it going, and then all of a sudden you get to a place to where, like, what I do now with my career, you know what I mean? Like, I got to pull another rabbit out my hat, you know what I mean? Because we can get content with becoming that person, or, you know, in the sense to where it's like, you know, I'm him, but I need to be himmer. Look at that. Put the ER on it.
Well, again, and so there's levels. No matter podcast shows out there, there's platforms on, we have our sister brother state shows on this platform here. And so, and I'm not the one to know any or everything, but it don't matter what you're doing on whatever level. after a minute, it gets burnt out when you're not making money.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because I heard you say investing in yourself, counting on yourself, a lot of weight. I know some of the conversations we've had before we started this platform. So some people, LL, don't call it a comeback. You've been here. You know what I mean? This is another branch on the tree. You know what I mean? On the stump. And so I say that to say, you know, having you be transparent about what stopped you. You are in that game. You are in the content creation game. You are a YouTuber. You are a social media influencer.
Right.
You know, you're in the media game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether you pay somebody to do it or you do it yourself, it has to be done. You're in that game, you know. And then again, there's levels. How committed are we? What's our structure? What's our plan to actually make money, monetize after this? So it becomes even funner.
No, facts. You know,
it's
definitely that drive. You know what we talked about before, that drive, that determination, the ambition that you need. You know, that gratitude of waking up every day to, you know, have a fresh, you know, fresh thing of life about it. The joy. You know, we can lose. Yeah, we can lose our joy. You know what I mean? It's easy to lose your joy of you know, like when I was hearing it. You not waking up because you have to, you know what I mean? You waking up and it's a blessing to wake up the next day. A lot of people don't. They go to bed and don't wake up. It happens every day. You know, so waking up is a blessing.
It is.
And, you know, life is a choice and we can make it whatever we want to make it. You know, manifestation, you know, believing in dreams. People are accomplishing things. You know, they are thinking in their mind and then they begin to build it. You know, it's like, it's possible. You know, it just take a little work. You know how much work you want to do.
Man, anything successful. Come on, you can be casual or you can be serious, you know. Again, I like to speak on what I know. I don't act like I know this or that. But if I don't, I'm willing to do what it takes to get the information or get the resource or the person or persons to get me or get us that information, to get it to our people, to utilizing it. But again, one of my prayers, man, is, and I'm going to give it to y'all, is daily. How do I maximize and monetize? How do we maximize and monetize off of these relationships and these resources that we have? You know what I mean? And I'm spirit led. I promise. I believe it in my heart. The blessings that are on the table, that some of the things that I've accomplished seem like nothing compared to what's possible now and what we have going on. And I had to learn to treat it like a business, though.
Right.
You know, for me, because folks that take advantage of Bonafied, you know, everybody know Bonafied. Everybody want to mess with Bonafied. But guess who Bonafied answer to? Cultures, network, connections.
Listen to that.
That's who pay the bills. That's who hire the people. That's who do the work for y'all when you come to me with your budget. So recognize, again, as we talking about social media influencers, content creators, YouTubers, this media game, it's a pay to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Invest in yourself. Help us help you. You got to pay your way, man. Just like us. Do. You know, we're willing to pay for our own advertising in-house with our own station. You know, we're willing to interview our brothers and sisters that have their platforms on this station, be on their platform, whatever it takes, you know. Again, building, like you spoke into, there's, just like raising kids, there's many different ways. You can't say right or wrong. It's what works for you, but you have to be committed and consistent, high quality, and follow through to the end result.
Yeah, man. I actually agree with it. And, you know, a lot of times you really do have to take a deep breath and exhale. You know, you do, because this is real life. And then we all have these desires in our heart of what we want to have, you know, what we want to accomplish. And we like, okay, now what am I going to do to make this thing happen? Besides just, you know, we settle for a job. Right. You know what I mean? We settle. A lot of people just, you know, get a good job or a job just to bring some money in. And it ain't enough because you still want more. So, you know, a lot of people go to school for education. you know, to make the means of it. At the end of the day, if you don't put no work in, you know, it's like you eat what you kill.
Man,
you eat what you kill.
You said that.
So you gotta make something happen. You gotta make something happen. You know, we all are blessed and talented to do something that no one else can do. It's that one thing I can do that you can't do. You know what I mean? But people nowadays, you know, they will begin to covet. They will begin to look at you versus themselves. And because of what they see in you, they will get jealous. Look, they will backbite. They will, you know, they'll get up under you, try to learn your game. You know what I mean? Peep game, you know, shit like that. Because you got to understand that a lot of times people are fascinated by you. You know, we all special. You know, we just got to tap into it instead of just being copycats.
You said eat what you kill.
Yeah.
So, man, shout out Big Percy. That's one of his mottos.
Yeah.
Shout out Bros. Everything that he's doing, man, we're going to be playing his music, one of his singles. He sent the radio version to us exclusively.
There we go.
You know, and actually, we've been sitting on a few of his projects that we have access to, man. His book is on Amazon as well, from a little P to a big P, to a capital P. Let me say, you said eat what you kill. A lot of people remember the place, the Boulevard Mall, me, Sugar Bear, Big Percy. That was his motto. So through that motto, eat what you kill, I was able to bring people in with their own hats, merchandise, whatever it was for the store. You know what I mean? Whatever the deal was, I got my cut. Let alone what I negotiated separately to do other type of promotional work with these individuals. But you're talking about eat what you kill.
No, facts.
That is the motto that everyone should have. You, not just when you with a team, but you should have that with yourself, not just at work. We go to the 9 to 5 in the corporate world and we give them everything, show up sick, damn near dead, like, no matter what we going through, we faithful, but our own businesses, social media, influencers, you know, we talking about content creators right now. You got to make that same commitment to yourself. The same thing you do for the corporate folks, you got to do for yourself. So, again, shout out Percy. We're going to be playing one of his singles today. Y'all, he don't even know. Y'all let him know, man. Put it out there. But man, that was one of the mottos, eat what you kill, man. And I love that about him. I love that about him. And no matter what we did, what play we brought, you know, everybody ate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You got yours off that. So we are going to hit y'all with some music. Like I said, Big Percy. Y'all, please, somebody let them know, RMM Percy on IG.
I got a question for y'all. What does that mean, eat what you kill? So like if I kill a cow, I need to eat that cow? I'm trying to see what that means from a business perspective.
Go ahead.
From a business perspective, it's almost like you still have to find ways to bring money to the table. You know what I mean? It's not like used in a negative form. It's used to like, I still got to go out here and go get it. I still have to find a way to bring in the money. So if you don't go find a way to bring in the money, you're not going to eat. So it's not really, you know.
So eat what you kill. I'm really trying to understand how that's related. I understand like eat what you kill, like in a day-to-day perspective, right?
Gotcha.
Like if I'm going out there and I'm hungry, right?
Right.
And I go out there and I need to kill a cow so I can feed me and my family.
Right.
I'm trying to see how that relates to business.
Different perspective when it comes to family and business. In business perspective, what it means is, I give a great example of even at the store. At the store, we had what we made. We made our salary every week. We got what we got. But we're in a celebrity clothing store where we were able to do pop-ups, meet and greets. We were able to bring vendors in, whether it's events. Like real pop-ups. We had a lot of freedom there at the Boulevard Mall.
Is that considered killing?
No. Look, I got my salary. Look, I got my salary, what I'm getting. But I bring a play, I'm going to get paid. That's what it means.
If you bring the cow,
you
can sell it,
or
you can eat it.
No, I bring the play. I'm eating off that play.
So the cow is the play.
The cow is
I'm sorry,
it ain't about the cow.
Well, okay,
it's about whatever the business play is.
I'm trying to understand how to explain that in layman's terms. Like, okay, so the cow is the play, right? I'm going out, I'm finding the cow. That's the play. The cow, I kill the cow. Now we can eat.
Okay,
right? It's a result of the play.
Well, let's remember the people that will come knock on your doors, bringing you the new futuristic phones, and this is going to be out in, the next 5 years. You can have it first, No,
I worked in telecom for 20 years.
Okay.
They sent me the phone.
Okay. Well, well, the whole door-to-door thing, in a sense.
Okay.
If you don't get people to sign up, you're not going to eat.
Okay, like the people selling knives, when people were selling knives back in the day?
Yeah.
Door to door or whatever, right? Or vacuum cleaners, door to door, right?
The Kirby's or whatever.
Okay, so,
you can work for a sales company.
So going out and getting it would represent
independent.
What part of the statement does going out and selling the knives represent?
Well, first, can you do it? Can you believe that?
So is that the eat what you kill, or is it backwards?
Nah. This is built on business plays. This ain't about family. This is group. This is family.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying from a business perspective, right? I'm saying is the actual statement backwards? Like if we think about it, eat what you kill, right? What I'm killing is that the product I'm selling?
Yeah.
That's the play, right? That's
absolutely.
I explained it correct the first time.
Yeah.
So the cow to play.
Absolutely.
And now I'm bringing the cow so I can eat and do more with the business.
Absolutely. You can sell it. Look, you can sell the meat yourself. You can bring it back to the team and separate portions.
Okay.
Yeah,
so now we're on the same page because I'm trying to figure out what the hell.
And that's what I was saying. Think of again, we had action to do any type of pop-ups.
The cow is the play. See, that's exactly what I was saying, though, Mills.
Y'all got that now. Y'all caught up with us. And again, it's terminology, it's analogies and stuff, cliches that's been around for a while. And again, for me, why it was valuable.
You might be 110 years old.
Look, and I am. I actually 111. You feel me?
But I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to understand from a different.
It
if
really
young
is
folks listening to y'all, what the hell does that mean?
They know. Look,
no, they don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Man, I'm telling you.
We have
that
to
mean
have
go get it.
conversations.
That mean go get it. Bring it to the table, and how you gonna divvy it out? Let's
say it that way.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already gonna get what I get. It's an incentive to go make things happen on a larger scale.
Yeah. How hungry are you?
Exactly. You can just get this paycheck every week, or guess what? You can go get 3 contracts, 3 new vendors, and guess what your take on that is? Eat what you kill. So you go make a play, you gonna eat off of it.
Shouts out to Doe Mills right here. He just said that. He said, "Yeah, the cow's a play."
Yeah,
man.
that's exactly what I said.
Fam. Shout out to the family. The graduation, just seen them just yesterday, man. That's what I'm talking about,
man. And
and so I think that it's important to understand like those cliche things.
Yeah,
you guys are talking to Gen Zers. You're talking to Gen Ayers. You have to understand they don't know what the hell you're talking about. So like be open to giving a perspective that's beyond your current knowledge and your current way of explaining it, because you got young people that's like, shoot, I ain't even young. I'm trying to figure out, okay, which one was the play? The cow's the play, right? That's what I'm trying to. Just help a brother and sister out.
Hey, I'm actually helping this brother out because you know what I mean. I'm active with that. I promise. I live in it. I'm an independent contractor, and I've been that way since definitely back in the game since like 2012 to 2016, so I do a lot of team group money making plays. So when you're with a group of people and it's one person bringing the play, but we're talking about 100% being split 4 different ways. Wait a minute. I brought this play. I brought that play. We gonna do some renegotiating.
For
you know what I'm saying?
If it's the three of us, right? Me, the three of us decide. I say, you know what, Charles, you know what, Bonafied, I got this idea for us to make some bread, right? If I'm going to come to you with that, the three of us, it's 33, 33, 33.
Say that then.
Okay.
I'm not like. I'm not trying to say I get all of the bread unless I do it and then I'm hiring you on it to do the other part.
Ooh,
right? Because that's the difference.
It's different ways to break down the cow.
So for instance, like I have DJs that work for the station, right?
Right.
I book, if we get booked through the station, the DJs work for the station. They get paid a different rate than what we get paid because we're going to take in, because they're really booking the station. They're booking us.
Right.
They're booking the logo. They're booking that.
Look at that.
Right. And they get paid a percentage. Now, if it's something where I'm like, okay, I got booked for something personally, and I say, hey, DJ Duro, can you do this event? Then he's going to get paid what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
But if I come to you and I say we're gonna work together as a team, then we getting paid like a team. Like I'm not.
Okay.
We don't need to renegotiate. I know that your skills are what they are. I know that Bonafied skills are what they are, and you know mine are what they are. Or I can hire you to do the work, and you get paid or whatever that dollar amount looks like. So, you know, maybe think of it a couple different ways.
And you know what's so crazy? And this is where like. In that situation, that's good that you actually said 33.
Yes.
Because if another person brought it to the table, they're gonna feel like, well, I
did all the work.
I brought this to it.
That's not how we
idea. I should get 60. Y'all get 20.
Yeah,
20,
that's not how we get bread.
That's
not how we get. So let's say I have something coming up, right? And I know Charles can host it, and I know Bonafied can record it, right? If I'm going to say, okay, we're going to work at this as a team, and then these are your jobs or your roles, that's one thing versus me saying, okay, I got paid for this. I'm going to hire Charles to do the hosting, and I'm going to hire Bonafied to do the video.
Right.
Like this, like you have to think of it from a different perspective. But if I come to you as a team, then we as a team.
Right.
If I come to you, I'm hiring you as a professional, then that's something else. So I think a lot of times it's me, and I need this portion because it was my idea, but that's not how it works all the time. So I mean, I think that you kind of got to think outside the box in
You're
some
absolutely
perspective.
Right. And it's so crazy because everybody will split up the cow differently.
Man,
you know,
I don't want the cow because I can't eat the beef.
That's a good one. You got to catch that one right there.
So give me some vegetables. Y'all can keep the cow.
Listen to that. Man, that's crazy because it's unfortunate, but taking all these things into consideration when you're going into a business, when you find out that hey, it's gonna be some bad days, it's gonna be some hiccups, all that comes along with it.
For real,
it really do. So it's not gonna be all peaches and cream when you go to tell your story, but that's what builds your character. You going through it's all about learning, you know, and getting the chance to be better at it.
And then understanding that, like you said, it's not gonna be perfect every time. Like I started a business and I was broke. I made sure that I didn't have to pay for a car. I rented out my home to somebody else. I was like, I'm moving to this 1-bedroom condo. I made sacrifices so that I wouldn't be starving or homeless, that my business can be successful. And you have to make those sacrifices. And you may not make $1 million, right away.
Right.
But eventually it happens.
Right.
And I think that you just have to continue to be great, to continue to be innovative, continue to, like you guys were talking about earlier with the, being a social influencer, trying to be consistent with those things.
Right.
I'm not consistent with it, but guess what? I have a social media consultant who does that.
Right.
I can't do it by my shout out. Listen, shout out to Marcus. Like he makes it happen. I can't do it.
I feel you.
And he's half responsible for the reason why we have so many listeners. He knows how to navigate those back end things to make things happen. So,
sound like you know how to recognize people's strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely, and I think you have to listen. I tell people I don't do everything well. just the stuff I do.
Look at that.
And the stuff that I don't do, I hire somebody else who could do it well.
Straight up.
And that's that.
And that's how I got to be, man.
Charles in charge. What you think of that, huh?
Man, you know, I'm inspired. I'm geeked. I'm geeked off of it. I feel it. It's real. And knowing that I want this myself, my hunger has to be, you know, intensified. Like, you know, I'm hungry. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I could really eat. I'm skinny. I need to eat. You feel me? So I'm hungry.
Right.
You know, and I really want this thing. So I have to, I got to get that big fish. You know what I mean?
And with that, you know, there are some situations and some people that are more motivated than others. And so it ain't about judging, comparing, or competition or anything. But with that, eat with what you kill mentality when you're in different groups or partnerships or whatnot, there's people that'll do 4 to 1. You bring in 1 play a day, they'll bring in 4, or 1 play a week, they'll bring in 4.
Right.
So, you know, we appreciate Miss E. Carice breaking it down so we can actually give Gen X a different perspective of what that actually means, man. And again, shout out to homie Big Percy, RMM.
Yes, sir, man. Shouts out to everybody on YouTube, man. Doe Mills. Like you say, yeah, we all need each other, and we really do. Thanks for taking the time out, you know, because this,
look at that.
This is, you know, people could be doing anything, but they here with us right now.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Right now, we've been having hundreds, and I don't even want to count all platform. All of y'all paying attention. Right now, we need some feedback. We thank you. We're grateful for just listening, paying attention, whether it's live right now or the recorded shows that's on YouTube. We need y'all to follow, like, subscribe. Give us some comments. Give us some feedback, y'all. You know what I mean? One of our folks last week, they put out there, man, how many of you guys are on here and nobody's commenting or liking? Let us know what we doing, man. Hey, that shit sucks. Hey, you need to change the subject. Hey, no, you're wrong about that. Right. Or, man, great job. Y'all doing fantastic. Feedback is everything, man.
No, facts. And you know, being more transparent, man. You know, just really telling these people what we trying to do or what we're doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Support the cause of it, because we could be up here just, you know, on some bullshit.
Tell them. No, every opportunity we get, tell them, why you here?
Man, because I believe, and I want to inspire other people to get off the couch. Believe in yourself. There's too many copycats. You know, it's only one you. At the end of the day, I'm going to be Charles. And if I be Charles just good enough, it's going to inspire you to want to be Daphne, whatever your name may be is. You know, I just want to say something that's going to make you want to do better.
Okay.
Everybody want to hear something good. I'm bringing good news. I'm bringing good news, man.
Are you going to tell them what they want to hear, or are you going to tell them what they need to know?
I want to tell them what they need to know. I'm going to tell them what they don't want to hear.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? You know, and something, you know, because at the end of the day, I understand in delivery how you say it to a person so they can accept it the right way. If you say it the wrong way, you know what I mean? People are just, you know, everybody's mind frame is different. They'll take it and be offensive of it. Oh, who are you to tell me what? They can start looking at you, you know. Versus understanding that, hey, I'm just being a friend and I'm saying this because if I didn't care, I wouldn't say it. I'll just let you be game goofy and letting these people keep on running over you.
That kind of go into this other conversation of understanding and comprehension what we was on, but that's something later again, because I'm a firm believer of really don't try to get in the right and wrong, what works and what doesn't. It is for me, man, because what works for me might not work for you. You know what I mean? And even with that, sometimes the delivery, like you spoke into, even you can think, you can pray about, you can do whatever, and you still, they take it wrong, or you deliver it wrong, or it's not effective, or it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So me, I've learned to take a chance, like you said, be transparent, and look at myself and say, okay, how can I attack this differently?
Man, this is a sensitive situation. And I say that because it's so sensitive, because people getting their feelings so easy. You see what I'm saying? So it's so sensitive that you got to handle it with care. You know what I mean? If you don't handle it with care, or, you know, it's crazy because some people you gotta holler at them.
Come on.
They used to somebody cussing them out. They used to like if you ain't getting to them unless you saying, mother, you know what I mean? Get your, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, it shouldn't have to take that.
Oh, so not inspiring them to get off the couch. Get your motherfucking ass
you know
off the
what
couch.
I mean? They sound like your daddy. Your daddy done, you know, to remind you of something.
Tough love.
Yeah, tough love, man. And you got to understand that with people, because some people they'll get it, but then it's like digesting something to really go now put the action in it. You know, you know, some people as soon as you hit them, they'll be the next day they writing it down. Right. They, you know, they get it right then and there. They get inspired by it, and you know, you give them a spark.
What you say, man? We coming in hot again,
Man.
up now, not next.
Not later.
Right now, man. Hot 702.5 FM. Vegas up now.
Big Percy. I love the title. Everything we just been talking about, you know. I love the title. I love the whole concept, how you put it together. So at the end of the day, when you get to getting it and this and that, you put in the work for it and you're going to see, yeah, this is the perfect song for you, man.
Yeah. Featuring Prozac. Hell no. The homie, Big Percy, RMM Percy. Y'all follow him.
Prozac music.
Let me hold this area. I bring it right back. Hell no.
It's all Cali love.
What's smoking on? Let me
North to the south.
Hell no. Like, you ain't fucking with me? Hell no.
Talk to him.
Bring bread with me. Hell no.
Be on him.
I can't walk in with you. Take me home then. Hell no.
This bitch called my phone like I'm low in love. Big bro, can you loan me something? Can I hold like 40 bucks? I said, you can hold these nuts. You gonna run me mine, that's a nigga name. Or do something strange for a little change. All my real hitters feel the same. If we ain't getting paid, you gotta do the thing. I got mouths to feed and bills to pay in the realest way. If you ask me for something, I'ma tell y'all. Broke hell no.
Let me hold a little something. I bring it right back. Hell no. What you smoking on? What you smoking on? Let me hit that. Hell no. Like, you ain't fucking with me? Hell no. Look here, bring bread with me. Hell no. Like, I can't walk in with you. And take me home then. Hell no.
Dress, juice, uno. Everything I do real sumo. Real black on black too though. Manish ain't nobody like you know. Boss like you go, still act frugal. Keep her automatic, what she used to. She subscribed to my vibe like Hulu. You ain't talking money, better scoot. Break better, fake better, I need my recoup. Got in my face, sipping on that ace. Ain't wearing no cape, I don't chase, I replace. Can't afford my rate, smoking on that Zah. Reaching for my shit, I'm like, hell no.
Let me hold a little something. I bring it right back. Hell no. What you smoking on? What you smoking on? Let me hit that. Hell no. Like, you ain't fucking with me? Hell no. Look here, bring bread with me. Hell no. I can't walk in with you. And take me home then. Hell no.
Bay Area. It's all Cali love. North to the south. Talk to him. Pee on him.
Let me hold a little something. I bring it right back. Hell no. What you smoking on? What you smoking on? Let me hit that. Hell no. Like, you ain't fucking with me? Hell no. Look here, bring bread with me. Hell no.
Man, it got a bop to it, you know.
Prozac.
Man, I like it. I like it in them, you know. It's just like you can't say that it ain't good. You see what I'm saying? That's one thing. Is like, you know, when you're doing music, you have to be catchy. You got to find a way to, you know, like, all right, when I heard that, you know, for sure though.
What was when I first sent to what was your?
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Simple, but it's like in the same way, you know, he put it up, the thought of it, you know, the concept of it. Wouldn't expect that from him, but then it's like, now that you hear it, I can only imagine.
Come on,
you
now.
Know, it's part of your personality.
You ain't fucking with me.
Hell no.
Come on now.
Can I walk in with you?
Look, knowing P, he gonna say what you thinking. You know what I'm saying? He say and do what the people are thinking and scared to say. So for me, just straight up, keeping it neutral and transparent around here. Banger track. I love Prozac, you know, even though again, family, friend ties, all that. The music, he's consistent with his. He gonna bring that Bay Area, that West Coast bang every time. Whether it's E40, Short, Cube, any of them, he gonna bring it.
Yes, sir.
He did the same thing as for doing the hook. He's a hook master as well.
Yeah.
Percy, he gonna do his job and he gonna put the P on it.
He did that.
And if you let him, he gonna P on him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Big Percy, man. Hell no. In rotation now. Hot 702.5 FM. Vegas up now. Sir Charles Tatum and Bonafied.
Man, shouts out to E, man. We definitely got these hot topics, man, these trended topics, man. And I haven't really seen anything. You're mostly hearing about the Diddy case. You know what I mean?
Diddy.
These different people coming together, these allegations. I've heard about the parties from Las Vegas, you know what I mean, as a kid, you know. Away in Las Vegas, and I heard about it. Word of mouth is a motherfucker, man.
So I'm out here.
Word of mouth is a motherfucker, man. So
it really is.
Yeah, so it's, I've been hearing about it. I'm about to be 45. I've been hearing about it for at least 10, 15 years. Never been, but I just heard that, he's even told you in his music that, he make a party, he's gonna be in there all night. So it's like everything he's denying, even with the Cassie video. Man, it's crazy because I didn't know he was dyeing his hair like that. That's a.
What you mean dyeing his hair?
That is a full-time job.
I mean, he gets his hair done every day. He has a barber and a stylist at his home. Man. And wherever they travel with him.
And one of them spoke.
Yeah.
You keeping that spoke. I would have never known.
Allegedly.
Look, you see what I'm saying? You take all that dye off and you really see what's up under there.
Man, come on, man. Look, I ain't talking about nobody aesthetics, and I'm an OG anyway.
That's stress. That's stress. That ain't wisdom for the things he's did.
My cheeks hurt, man.
That is crazy.
A lot of stuff coming out there. A lot of information. A lot of podcast shows and stuff talking about this. And me, I'm one of them that I'm listening in when I can, and not even when I can. Reputable stations, most important, and really just waiting for the facts to come out, because everybody looked guilty to me. He definitely looks guilty, but more than him looks guilty of some of the things that's going on. And we know that he can't do all of this alone. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people in fear that their names are coming out, celebrity names, ex-stylists. That
video alone with Cassie lets you know that you never know what he would do. That was just a glimpse of the life of it. You know what I mean? That was just a little. You know what I mean?
How many years ago that was?
Yes, I can only imagine. There's worse. That was nothing. He's been kicking her ass. That's what it seems like.
That is not funny.
No, it's not. But you know what I mean?
That strong young lady, Cassie.
Ain't no way he did. That was his first time doing that.
No, we don't condone any violence at all, especially when it comes to women. Man, unacceptable, And again, it's not a joke. It's not funny. There are some funny things going on, as you mentioned, like when I seen the first, not picture, but the drawing, and they had his hair all white.
He old.
Man, I mean,
hey,
well, look, I'm old too. I'm an OG,
You're bald.
Well, even letting my hair grow, it ain't like that.
It's not white. I mean, he is in jail.
Yeah, no more dye.
Or he might be a little extra stressed. Do you know what I mean?
Man, do you see that though?
Can we talk about Biggie real quick, and let's talk about some of the lyrics that already told us what it was? Okay.
I want to hear this.
Let's say one more chance, right?
Yeah.
You know the words to one more chance, right?
Right.
Heart throb never, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks, rings, and watch Filbert rocks. And my jam knocks in your Mitsubishi. Girls pee when they see me.
Stop it.
Navajos creep me in they TP.
Right.
As I lay down laws like I lay carpet. Stop it. Wait, what? Isn't there a part he says, sexting you while your man
masturbate?
Y'all not.
He went after that.
And then he said that way he said the sex is immaculate from the back. I get deeper and deeper. Help me reach the climax that your man can't make. Call him, tell him you'll be home real late. And then he talks about isn't there like I was listening to another song and he was talking about how he was talking about smashing another dude and watching the dude smack. Listen, come on.
Man,
did he do it?
Did he do it? Look at that, man. You know, it's
only
I don't know, but he did say
factual.
He did say, "Sees no all his hoes go to Motto, then they go to his room to fuck them all." You know what I mean? So it's like Biggie always played the player. The player. You know what I mean? He was.
I'm about to put something out there, man.
He was married and still.
Put myself out there because I'm older than y'all. I'm closer to Diddy age.
Isn't it that?
No, straight up though. So, you know, and I ain't putting no names out there, but me and my boys coming up, man, I used to say this, man, and man, I never gangbanged, but we was gangbanged. Gangbang.
Never mind. Don't even answer that question. Is that what men also call a train?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did the woman initiate? Did she say, "Hey, I would like to sleep with both of y'all at the same time"?
Hey, look.
No, that's the question. Did the woman say? Because there's a difference. A gangbang and a train is not a woman saying, "I want to sleep with both of y'all at the same time."
I apologize.
She's not aware about what's about to happen.
Well,
so it's the R word then.
No,
with the APE. What you mean she's not aware?
Man.
When it's 4-5.
Well, she might know about.
Is she not aware, or is she okay
might have knew
with
about 2 or 3, and then it's like, dang, 6, 7, 8.
Then I'm sorry,
that's
fellas.
A gangbang. That ain't no train.
That is. That's the R word.
Yeah.
If she doesn't know who's entering her body, and y'all trick her to believe
that wasn't me.
It's only 2 of y'all.
I ain't never tricked Al. Y'all gotta stop. So first of all, she did clarify for me, and that's just something I used to say though on the real, but it wasn't gangbang. I'm for real. We used to run trains. You know what I'm saying? We used to run trains.
A train, or the woman said, "I'm okay with sleeping with these people." That's the difference. Because men in their heads think that because it's more than one penis, it's not
all men. Some men.
No men. Okay. They think if it's more than one penis, it's a train. Unless the lady said, "Hey, I would like to have sex with multiple people," it's not a threesome or a foursome.
See, but a lot of times it's like, let's say I know her and I know that I can invite. I know she, you know what I mean?
No,
I don't want to say it.
I know that I can. I say, hey, I got my homeboy with me. She's already gonna know what
First
that
of all,
means.
that's gay.
Yeah, it really is though.
Y'all in there
it really is. Hell no, ain't none of that.
Gay,
ain't none of that. Man, don't make me write a book about it. There's techniques. And anything I ever did, it was consensual.
Listen,
I promise.
It's okay to have a different perspective today.
Gay is crazy.
Gay is diabolical.
Yeah, it is.
You hearing me saying it first, man. Some of the stuff in my early 20s that we was doing, I don't care.
It's gay.
It's gay. No. And I just say that because there's no way in the world that I'm gonna be in the same room with another man
smashing it up, and then trying to do it at the same time. Your meat's touching.
None of that.
Get out of here.
None of that.
A lot of this is like when we've seen porno. So we already seen 2 dudes.
Bill said I would never understand the train era.
2 dudes on one girl.
Bro, come on, man.
Bill said I will never understand the train era. And guess who is in trouble for the train era today? Sean
back to
Combs. Okay, Sean Combs was running a train on a 19-year-old girl that men are out here saying that she chose to do this and that she was clearly coerced into doing this stuff. She was a 19-year-old girl.
Yeah, anytime
no, it's not
alcohol, drugs, alcohol.
Yes.
Man, let's admit that there's some promiscuous
19-year-old girls.
There's some promiscuous younger ones than that.
And guess why they are promiscuous? Because somebody probably touched them when they were younger, and they may very well have had this trauma already. So they're like, forget it. I can go ahead and do this. This person's going to take care of me. This is now my daddy. Okay. Because he wants them to call him daddy. Okay. Let's not miss that. Diddy, daddy, whatever. Let's just talk about real stuff. But real quick, though, Mills, I gotta address him. He talking about, I'll never understand the train era. Never. I never had a train ran on me. Never. Okay. I kept my virginity for a long time. Okay. But the train, I think that men say train, but if the woman says, I want to do this with multiple people, it's a different thing. It's not, men are like, I'm just running a train. Dude, the lady is like, I have a foursome.
Yep.
So I think that it's just different. Like it's the same thing essentially, but men have a different perspective of it.
Look,
I guess so.
Because women have a choice.
Two on two. We in the same room. I mean, we're in the same apartment, 2 different rooms. Decide to switch
up.
That's swinging.
That's swinging.
That's consensual. It's consent.
That's the white word.
No, it's consensually
swinging. No, it is.
I guess that's
I'm saying we grown now. Let's use grown people words. Like that was consensually swinging.
It is.
Switch, swing, SWI.
Man, look, I'm not saying nothing else. I plead the fifth.
You can't. Again, you gotta
I already said it. No, I already said in my early 20s, there ain't nothing that influenced me. Maybe he said, like, I wasn't even into porn. I ain't touched none of that, man.
Who said that?
Well, Charles was talking about earlier about watching porn and seeing trains or 2 men on 1 woman, 1 in the front, 1 in the back.
So Bonafied said he don't watch porn. He not watching. He hasn't watched porn or.
When I was early in my 20s, no, I ain't nothing.
No, we 20s, or what about you when you're in your 15s?
None of that. First of all, I'm him that until my 40,
that's crazy.
Until that's my 40, I ain't even, only reason I start taking care of myself is to be faithful and to not mess with none of these, nothing out there. I didn't want to catch nothing. So, I wasn't him, man. And I'm not saying I'm spoiled or all that, but I ain't never had to worry about a woman, you know what I'm saying, straight up,
man.
But again, I was naive, young, and ignorant in my early 20s,
and a lot of us were.
Yeah,
right. And it's okay if you were a whore.
In my late
it's okay, fellas, if you were whores. It's okay.
Hey, females too was. They was too.
Listen, why can't we just focus on men?
Hey, next
because
week,
it takes 2.
No. Next week we gonna address this, y'all.
To be a whore.
Stop. No. Look, okay, because I think I said this to you, E. We covering this. We gotta go, y'all. But look, man, as a grown man, I was molested by my babysitters, straight up. But
and I've heard that a lot.
Coming up, I thought it was cool and fly. I had twins, and I had another one. I told my mom, it took me being grown to actually tell her that. I used to think that was fly and I was cool. That
brings us back to the Diddy case.
Yeah.
And why young women who were influenced by him, that he was taking care of, paying for this and paying for that, these young 18, 19-year-old girls are not completely responsible for that behavior, and that is that.
Thank y'all, man. Wrap it up, Charles.
Vegas up now, man. Every Saturday at 1 p.m., man. Shouts out to E. Carice, man. Shouts out to Bonafied, man. Shouts out to you for tapping in, man. Support. Can't say it enough. Peace. See you next Saturday.
I shed so many tears over the years.